Hi, everyone. This is Barb Bruno. I want to welcome all of you to the special webinar that we're doing today. I know that many of you are working from home. You're facing situations you've never faced before. It's a very strange world we're living in right now. And so I decided to do this training to basically help you, to really show you how you can effectively work remotely, because it's so much different than something that most of you have ever done. Working remotely is often not near as much fun and exciting as it sounds. And it isn't as easy as you might have thought. I think everybody wants, I'd love to work remote. But then how do you make the best of working remotely when you're navigating the daily changes occurring to what's going on in the world right now, the COVID-19 virus? So today I want to address the following topics for all of you. How do you basically develop a successful rhythm when you're working from home? How do you nurture your candidates and your clients? What is best use of your time in today's uncertain job market? What are the 7 benefits of working remotely? And what are the 7 challenges of working remotely? Because there's just as many challenges as there are benefits. I want you to think for a moment about your daily routine before COVID-19. We all operate pretty much on automatic pilot. We often arrive at our office without even remembering our commute. But your new reality has turned off your normal way of doing things, which can be very unsettling to say the least. Life has changed, and we're all now not operating in our comfort zones at all. Part of your new normal now includes working remote. You're distancing yourself from people. You've got fear of the unknown. After day 1 of working home, many individuals with small or school-age children could not believe it had just been 1 day of working from home. The day seemed to be very long. And that's why it's important to create a successful rhythm when you're working remote. And this could take you a few days to really, get this, master this, but I want to walk through how you can do this. None of us can afford to just write this out because there's a 3-week cycle in what you and I do. There's always been a 3-week cycle in the staffing and recruiting profession. What you do or don't do this week will impact what you have going 3 weeks from now. And so, what I want to suggest that you do is take time to plan out your day as if you were in your office. Now, if you've got small children, if you've got school age children, I know many of them are doing online, education right now. You've got to carve out the hours when you know you have the option of working. And then you've got to be selfish with those hours and very organized. So when you do start working, you know what you're going to do, and you'll be much more effective. We're all facing such unusual circumstances right now, but there are many things you can do, even if you're in a niche or a segment of our profession that is putting interviews and jobs on hold. And I'll discuss this later in this webinar. It's interesting. I just got a notice on email that Walmart is now hiring 150,000 temporaries worldwide. So obviously, if you're in the temporary business, Walmart is hiring 150,000 temporaries right now because they're going to be setting out outside tents to do the virus screening, and they need 150,000 people. Amazon announced yesterday that they're hiring 1,000 more to work in warehouses because, obviously people are ordering things online. They're not going into stores. And so if you're in the temporary business, obviously there's a lot of opportunity right now to do business with some of these companies that have an influx. In the front page of my newspaper this morning, they were asking for 500 people that were willing to stock shelves in grocery stores to just show up at the grocery store this morning at 7. And so again, there is some opportunity, but some of you might be doing direct hire. Maybe you feel that things have come to a screeching halt, and I will show you what to do. I suggest that you get up at the same time you normally do and work during the same time slots if possible. You want to complete your planner at the end of every day, and that's what helps you put that rhythm, and get that rhythm and comfort zone while you're working virtual, and you will accomplish more. If you have small children at work, there is no way on God's earth that you can get up at 8:30 and say that you're going to work till 5 because you've got children underfoot, and especially if they're little, you've got things you've got to do with them. But put time slots during the day when you know that either they're napping or you can have them working on a project or you can get some things done. Now is the best time for us to nurture our candidate and client relationships. I always envision relationships like a plant or like a tree. And when you think of a plant or you think of a tree, they are either growing or dying. If they don't get sunlight, if they don't get water, they die. And so I want you to think about your clients and your candidates as a plant or a tree. And if you don't water them or you don't take care of them for 2 to 4 weeks, that relationship could die off. If you work in the contract or temporary staffing segments of our profession, it's more important than ever that you nurture and keep in touch with everyone you have currently working, because there are a lot of contractors and temporary workers still out there working. And it's important. You've got to listen to their concerns. You've got to show them you care and that they can trust you to have their best interest at heart. And you've got to be their sounding board. Schools are closed, which has caused many parents to stay at home. And you may have to replace current candidates or consultants due to these unforeseen circumstances, but you've got to be in front of this. We cannot afford to be reactive. Now is the time where all of us need to be proactive. And the beautiful part about what you and I do for a living is we're in one of the few professions that all we need is a phone and a computer or a tablet or a smartphone, and we're in business. If you're working direct hire and you're experiencing delays in interviewing or hiring or start dates, you must stay in touch with your candidates. You've got to reassure them this is a temporary situation and keep them informed of any changes. Tell them that you're going to be in touch the minute things open back up. And if they have questions, see, them hearing from us, it really puts them at ease because they feel we're workplace experts. And if we start saying, when this turns around, obviously everything's going to be back on the front burner, but we've got to be that calm person. We've got to be that person that makes our candidates and our clients feel comfortable, because your clients are also having a lot going on, and they're confused and frustrated by this pandemic. And they're also dealing with daily changes in the way business is conducted, in the United States. Send them the 20 FAQs that I've attached to your handout. We're going to send you a recording of this call and a handout. Now, the FAQs that I'm sharing with you were accurate information as of yesterday. Obviously information is changing rapidly. So I also want to lead you to two other sites. I want you to get out a pen right now. And there's two associations that are doing a great job of keeping their members informed on what's going on with this virus, from a business standpoint and an employment standpoint. One is NAPS, and you could go to naps360.org, and that's the number, NAPS, NAPS360.org. Or you could go to TechServe Alliance, and TechServe Alliance is the association that represents IT and engineering, contract and direct, but the information they've posted, I was on their site earlier today, is really applicable to everybody, and they're opening the information to everyone, not just their members. They set up a separate site for this. And so it's techservealliance.org and then /services/coronavirus. And so it's tech, TECH, serve, SERVE, alliance, ALLIANCE.org /services, SERVICES /coronavirus. And so if you go to naps360.org or techservealliance.org /services /coronavirus, you're going to get some of the latest, greatest information, because it's the job of our national associations to keep us informed. And they're doing a great job of it. And so you can also get information from them that you can share with your clients or share with your candidates. You've got to continue to be your client's sounding board. Show compassion and concern and let them know you're there if they have any questions. You don't want to call now and say, are you doing any hiring, unless you know they're Amazon or they're a company that you know is hiring, like a Walmart or grocery stores. What you want to do is you want to make phone calls just saying, I can't even imagine what you're going through right now. Are there any questions I can help you with? I just wanted to do a wellness check and just see how you're doing. I'm here for you. If you need to run something by somebody, if I don't have the answer, I'll get it for you. Because they will remember that during this time, you were just trying to support them and have their back, and you weren't making money on them. Because remember, most of our clients feel we view them as a source of revenue, because the only time we ever talk to them is when we're making money on them. So you've got an opportunity right now to show them that you care, to show them that you're going to give them information that may help them. And you're not, do you have an opening? When are you going to pay my bill? When are we going to start this person? We've got to call and just do some, I can't even imagine what's going on in your company right now. I've got access to a lot of information. Are there any questions you have? If I don't know the answer, I'll find it out for you. You're positioning yourself as a resource for information. Make sure your clients have your cell phone number. If you just need to vent, if you just need to talk to somebody, I'm here for you. And again, they will remember who did this and who was still trying to sell for them. Now let's talk about best use of your time in today's uncertain job market. And this is going to vary greatly depending on some things. The niche or area specialization. Obviously, if you're in the temporary business, you might be busy right now because there's a lot of temporaries being hired. If you're doing nurse contractors, physician contractors, you're very busy right now. If you're doing manufacturing and you're placing with people that are manufacturing parts that are needed for ventilators or masks or things, those companies are changing what they're producing and they're hiring a lot of people. It depends on where you are geographically. California just locked down their state. I found out today, I have a friend on the town council for Crown Point, which is where my office is in Indiana. And starting tonight, they're going to put out a notice to everybody saying that for the next 2 weeks, they want us all to be, basically in place. So they want you to stay in your home unless you're going grocery shopping, getting a prescription, or let's see, it was prescription, grocery store, or doctor visit. That's it. Oh, and bank. And so nobody in my town even knows that, and my city even knows that. I only know because my friend's on the town council. But we don't know what's going to happen. Things are changing, rapidly. So where you are geographically has a big input. The tenure of your team. How long have you been there? How long have your coworkers been there? Do you have a lot of business that was going? Are you newer? Where now's a good time to really learn this business and sharp tune your skills. And also the 90 to 120 day goals of your company. You've got to ask your owners and your managers, what are we going to try to accomplish in the next 90 to 120 days? If you're a niche where jobs are on the